It's Nimistaka here, and I'm back with you. My sincere apologies for the lack of videos over the last couple of days. After 2 years of waiting, I finally got to see Hamilton last night, which was truly awesome and magnificent and wonderful, and I really want to see it again, but probably that may not happen for quite a while. Today I am going to bring you a few grading arrivals. There's been a lot of interest in grading for this particular submission. One of the reasons for that is because Heritage in the UK, when they do a submission, they have full insurance going from Heritage to NGC and back again, and that's something which is for obvious reasons quite attractive. So just want to bring you a few of the coins that have arrived and talk about them. This first one, as you can see, is it's a two sovereign gold piece, 2005 special year. It's arrived for conservation and grading, and it looks a little bit dubious, I have to say. You can see that it's been given a hard life. It's been handled a little bit. You know, I really wish people wouldn't touch proof coins and handle them. And I don't know, you know, you just don't fondle proof coins. If you want to fondle a coin, get something else. Having a closer look at it, you can see a load of marks on it, really. You know, my first reaction to seeing this coin was that probably, it may not even grade. I mean, you can see that mark on the Queen's head, and to cut a long story short, I was about to send it back and tell the owner of the coin that I couldn't actually get it graded, and then I decided to do the washing up liquid, the fairy liquid and hot water trick on it, just to see. I didn't think I could make it any worse than it was, and I think it cleaned up and washed up pretty well. So I am actually going to now send that one to grading and conservation. I don't think it'll get a 70, but I think it may very well get a 69 after conservation. The little mark that you see here on the Queen's cheek, which I thought was actually damage to the coin, that actually washed off with hot soapy water, and around the writing on the outside was improved a little bit as well. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting test. I've got a lot of confidence in NCS and their ability to maximize the value and presentation for any gold coins. I've had less success with silver coins. I think silver is a little bit more difficult, but gold, a lot of this stuff, actually, fingerprints, handling marks, copper spots, a lot of the stuff that isn't physical damage can actually be really improved significantly with gold coins. I've noticed quite a few members of the silver forum, you know, paying the extra $10 or $11 to actually conserve gold coins, you know, with a view to, if they do conserve from a 69 to a 70, then that is actually a really good use of $12, because the value uplift is obviously going to be higher than the conservation cost. Yep, over the next few days you're probably going to be seeing a lot of the special strike on the day sovereigns. I think that you're going to see plain rim sovereigns probably as an annual thing now, and also Pidefort sovereigns. I have a feeling that once the Royal Mint starts that kind of series, they will continue them and see what the demand is going to be like. So this one, you can see, great finish, not very, very deep. What that means, well, it's got a privy mark, 65th privy mark for the 65th anniversary of the Queen's coronation on the 2nd of June 1953. And it's going to be interesting to see how those are all going to do on the secondary market, and I think they're going to do pretty well. They're in very, very short supply at the moment. So next one in this particular package is going to be the Britannia Rules the Waves crown. So if you remember from last year, this is a kind of error coin, but actually it's not really an error because it was done on purpose. But the Royal Mint threatened the Pobjoy Mint for breach of copyright on that one. I'm pretty sure by the time that these go into to heritage in a few days' time, there'll be over a dozen of these strike on the day sovereigns that have been entered. One person has asked for first releases. I have decided that I won't get first releases for mine this time because they were only minted on one day, so it's kind of seems a bit strange, really. This one is a really interesting coin. This is a Year of the Dog special edition coin from Australia, and the dog is actually made out of opal. So it's got a centre of it which is made of opal. Now, opal's not particularly my taste, but actually it's kind of done pretty well in this coin, and it's got a real heft to it. It's quite, because of the opal in the middle, this is quite heavy as a coin, and I think it's really rather nice, and I like that. This one, I'm glad somebody sent one of these in, because if you remember a few months ago, a couple of months ago, I did a video on the regular bullion version of this, and I mentioned that this coin was available, which is the colorized kind of proof. And I think it's a little bit more effective because you've got the silver mermaid kind of face up, popping out the sea, basking, and it's got the blue of the sea as well, from Fiji, 2018, and much more limited mintage. Very few of these are around, and I think that one is pretty attractive. So let's take a look at another little arrival, another little envelope, and see what's in this one. So this particular collector has asked me to take a look at these coins and put some of them in for conservation. I think it's interesting when you get these kind of packages, seeing just what people are buying, particularly, in the UK modern coin collectors, and the kind of things they're picking up. And I think one can learn a lot. There's many, many more series coins that come in than specific commemoratives. And so people kind of feel a little bit safer in these series coins, like the Queen's Beast series. So you've got the proof for the Black Bull of Clarence, silver proof. I haven't bought any of these myself. I haven't graded any. I am not 100% sure they are a great investment, but I think a lot of these are getting 70s. If they do get a 70, I think they will turn out to be a good investment. 69 on these is probably about my money back, and below a 69, you'd probably need to crack them out and put them back in the capsule and sell them separately. So a couple of those. I'm seeing quite a lot of slabbed coins, more now than ever, for two reasons. One is that people want to now think about conserving, or they want to think about maybe a change to the label. They collect a series of coins, and the labels are all a particular type of label. And in this case, that's what we've got here. We've got coins that have different types of labels, and this collector wants the standard GB label, and also wants the slab to be scratch resistant. So these will go back and they'll be reholdered and put into a scratch resistant finish and with the GB label. And it's interesting because this does cost money. It is an investment, but coin collecting is not only about money, and it's not only about profit. It is also about satisfying other more kind of inner, less financial needs, and collecting. Collectors like to do what collectors like to do. It's not always money that's the driving force. Sometimes they just want to see things sitting prettily in a row and get the pleasure out of that. And there's absolutely no problem with that. And in fact, that's much more really what coin collecting is about than profit, because investment in coins is a really difficult kind of subject, and making money from coins is certainly something which is not in any way easy or really to be encouraged. There's a lot of problems with it, and it's far from certain, even if you're a dealer, that you will make money on particular things, and margins are very, very small anyway on a lot of this stuff relative to the costs of transactions and buying and selling. There's another one of these strike on the day sovereigns that arrived. You've seen one of these in a previous video. I've included this one in this video just in case you didn't get a chance to see it. This is the 2018 strike on the day coin. All these coins were struck in BU, uncirculated condition, special strike coins. Everybody argues with me about whether these are proofs or whether they're SP or whether they're MSDPL. You know, I don't really care one way or the other. They're really nice coins. They're pretty proof-like. They're basically a proof coin in the sense that they're a special strike. However, there needs to be some way when they get graded of differentiating them from the real proof coins that are part of the proof edition. And the best way that NGC have of differentiating them is actually to call them MSDPL coins. I don't particularly agree with it, but I can see exactly why they do it. So that's all the ones I'm going to bring you today, and there'll be another similar video with lots more coming in for grading tomorrow.